Hey guys, I am coming to you with a quick video fresh out of the shower because I have a cystic zit, and I thought to myself, what better opportunity than to go grab my camera so I could show you exactly what I do when I have a cystic zit. Fortunately, I've learned what my triggers are for them, so it's very rare for me to get one, and I'd love to show you my routine because I feel like I have cracked the code of exactly what works, at least for me, if I see a cystic zit coming on. If you get them, you know it could be something you have to deal with for like a month. These things do not go away. And if you start picking it, if you start doing all these things you shouldn't do, it just makes it worse. So let me show you my tried and true, super quick routine that if I feel one of these coming on, you better believe I am doing this every day until it's gone. I've been doing it the past 3 days and it is now flat. I'm gonna probably do it for a couple more days just to make sure I really get rid of this little guy. Then we're gonna be good to go. Spoiler alert, none of these things is picking the pimple. And if you are trying to pick your cystic pimples, don't do it. Tell yourself that it is not an option. It is physically not possible. It is not an option. Don't do it. Let's jump into it. Step one. This is my best friend. It's a high frequency wand. I have been using this for probably 6-7 years or so, and I did not realize the power that it has to really nip a cystic pimple in the butt. What I do is I wet a clean paper towel because we don't want bacteria, and I wet my face. And then I turn this on. It has different settings. I go pretty hard with it because I'm like, I really want to get rid of this. I usually set it on like 4. And what we're going to do, make sure it's nice and wet. I like to do this after the shower. And we are going to zap this little guy quite a bit. You shouldn't use this more than like 5 minutes a day. And that's typically for your whole face. You don't want to do it too much because I feel like it can, you know, irritated. I do my whole face because I think this thing is amazing for skin in general. You want to pull it a bit away from the skin, back and away. And you can see it's getting a bit red. I can feel it working. I would say if you are only going to do one thing that I share today, this is amazing for cystic acne. It is just mind-blowing. Like, it really helps kill the bacteria. Also, you need to put rubbing alcohol in a spray bottle and disinfect this every time you use it because you don't want to take that bacteria and rub it back all over your face. The next thing that I do after I'm done with that is I get my LED mask. I usually do a mix of red light and blue light. Red light is amazing for pretty much everything. I feel like anti-aging, getting rid of sunspots. It helps with acne as well. Blue light specifically helps with bacteria. It helps kill bacteria. So I like to do a mix of the two so that I'm getting rid of any bacteria, and then I'm also really promoting healing with the red light. I lie down on my bed, I put on a podcast, I do it for about 20 minutes, and it really helps. It helps my whole face. This is a regular part of my skincare routine, but especially when I notice I have a breakout, this becomes more of like an everyday or every other day thing to really treat it and get my skin back in a good place. We're keeping this quick, so I'm just gonna show you 3 products that I like to use, especially more so when I notice I have a cystic zit. One is my retinol. I am obsessed with this brand, Truth Treatments. It's the cleanser I use too, and I've been using this cleanser for 5 or 6 years, and it really helped my skin. It's like their peppermint cleanser. This retinol gel, I use the 5% because my skin is quite oily. I have PCOS, and my skin can handle that. It doesn't dry out. You use it at night. If you're breaking out with a cystic pimple, you can even focus on that spot and just put a tiny dab of it. I usually just put it over my whole face too because it does help with any breakouts or anti-aging. I try not to overuse it. However, if I have a cystic pimple, I'm definitely using that at night. Something that I really love is this. It's from Etsy. It's by Meadowlark Botanical, and this is a pumpkin enzyme mask. You can find good pumpkin enzyme masks from many brands. I really love this one because the ingredients are so clean. You put it on and your skin will start tingling. I'm honestly gonna put it all over my face again because it's just good for the whole face and preventing acne and helping with any little breakouts. I feel like it really helps exfoliate and resurface a little bit. I use it max 2 times a week. You really only have to leave it on for 3 minutes. It'll start tingling and then you can take it off. The last thing that I use, this is a newer addition to my skincare. I keep my skincare very simple. My esthetician Val told me about this. It's an antimicrobial skin spray. I took this on our flights and it is amazing. I was spraying it all over my face the whole time that we were on the flight. What I am doing is I'm making sure that I'm keeping this really clean. I think what caused this, it's either that I had soy. There was a restaurant I went to before we left Amsterdam that unfortunately realized that they gave me something with soy. My soy allergy usually manifests in like a cystic pimple. I think that's related to my hormonal issues with PCOS. The other thing that can happen is the pore just gets clogged. I was at the dentist earlier this week and they spilled some of the, I don't know what it was, fluoride, whatever it is, on my face. I could feel it. It was like sticky, and I asked them to have a wipe after to get it off, but my skin is just really, really sensitive, and that's exactly where I broke out in the cystic pimple. What I'm going to do, shake this up, just use this like throughout the day to keep my face clean, especially in this spot. I do not want more bacteria. I do not want anything irritating this. The whole goal when you have a cystic pimple, what I've learned is you need to bring the inflammation down. You need to promote healing, bring the inflammation down, and don't introduce more bacteria. So what that mask is going to do, the LED mask, is it's going to bring the inflammation down. It's going to get rid of bacteria. What the high frequency wand is going to do is the same thing. It's going to reduce inflammation, get rid of bacteria, and increase the flow of oxygen there, so it helps get rid of the acne. Other than that, we don't want to go crazy. We don't want to irritate it. We don't want to be using these things like every second of the day. I know the feeling, trust me. When I first got this earlier this week, I was like, oh my gosh, it feels like my entire chin is a pimple. Like, what is happening? It can make you feel like you need to attack it, right? But actually, if you can mentally come from the perspective of calm and say to yourself, I have the tools. I'm just going to calm this thing down and I'm going to help it go on its way. And we are just going to make sure that we reduce the inflammation, we support our body. Mentally, it also helps because your cortisol is not spiking. And then at the same time, you're reducing the inflammation, you're helping it go down and helping it detox from your body. It's also great to do lymphatic drainage, you know, like pump here. Obviously you want to do this with oil, but you want to just rub down here, rub down here, really promote your body's drainage cycle. I just did the sauna this morning. I feel like that helps too. Those things that I shared, those tools, especially if you suffer from acne or cystic acne, that high frequency one and that LED mask, I don't know what I would do without those. Those are amazing. Leading up to my wedding, those are what I did so consistently. I try to be quite consistent with them, but we were just traveling. I don't bring them with me in my suitcase. I think that they are amazing tools that aren't talked about enough, so I hope that they're helpful for you too. If you are experiencing cystic acne, I am so sorry. It is the worst. Like, it is so painful, first off, and then it's also mentally really challenging to go through because you feel like everyone can see it. But the good thing is, a lot of the times the cystic acne that's under the skin, if I had makeup on right now, you wouldn't know this existed. Don't worry about it. No one is looking at it really. And if they are, it's like everyone gets pimples. Everyone breaks out. It's okay. I might do a longer video on exactly what I do like to prevent acne. I've gotten some questions about my skincare routine. So if you're interested in seeing that, let me know. I'm happy to share more of that because I used to have acne, especially with the PCOS and my food allergies that I didn't know I had. If you're curious if that would be helpful, let me know and I will add that to my video list. If you're not already, please like and subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate it. The support helps me a ton as I'm starting my YouTube journey. I hope that you have a beautiful day. If you are breaking out, I hope that these tips really, really help you and that you have some flawless, beautiful, clear skin. All right, I'll see you in my next one. Bye, guys.